I called you tonight. I've been thinking this for too long. Send a message, you don't reply. I'll keep looking for you, even if it's wrong. Sitting all alone in my room, you stuck so hard in my head. I don't care if there's no chance. I need to find you. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know if I'm still in your heart. I'll try and stop the flow to know if I'm still in your heart. I'll try and beat a bow to find myself back in your heart. I'll try and stop the flow to know if I'm still in your heart. I'll try and beat a bow to find myself back in your heart.
Please don't fall. This is all that I've got. The scars and all these empty walls have gone away. I open my eyes as you will see. Not again. We've been down this road too long. Whoa. You told me all you needed was my love, but you take too much. I hope you're right now. You told me all you needed was my love, but you take too much. I hope you're right now. The scars are burning. The scars are burning. The scars are burning. Take me from the start. I should run, but I don't. Wait till I know where to go. It's in my heart to follow you. Right now, my feelings are burned way too long, way too long. Whoa, now, now, The scars and all these empty walls have gone away. I open my eyes as you will see. Not again, moving down this road too long. Whoa. You told me all you needed was girl's about me. This girl's about me. This girl's about me. Take me from the start. I should run, but I don't. Way too long, way too now, way to go. It's in my heart to follow you. Rain down, but my feelings out is not. Way too long, way to now. Whoa, now, 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 way too long, way too long. And my feelings go you far. Then again, this ain't a love, it's just a misery.
Set it off, let your body feel the rhythm groove. Feet moving, your body turn into a wave. Let it go, you gotta let it go. Feel the rhythm moving through you. Oh na 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 na, oh oh oh. Sending out that loving vibe. Oh na 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 na, oh oh oh. Sending out that loving. You know you feel it, electric is in your body, babe. We come together to dance away all our to be a brighter. If I could be the trees, I would like to be the highest. And if I could be a hero, I would like to be Superman. And if I could be magic, I would like to be love. And if I could be the best one, I would like to be honest. And if I could be someone, I would like to be me. If I could be the trees, I would like to be the highest. And if I could be a hero, I would like to be Superman. And if I could be magic, I would like to be love. And if I could be the best one, I would like to be honest. And if I could be someone, I would like to be me. Someone other.
Reckless, more than I've been free. Defenseless, with your eyes on me. It's like I'm caught inside your endless sea, falling fast into the deep. Surrender, won't be sound asleep. Yeah. I've never known a life like this, a stranger's kiss, the sweet attraction. I've never known a love like this, forbidden bliss, consumed in action. I've never known a life like this, a stranger's kiss, the sweet attraction. I've never known a love like this, forbidden bliss. I'm yours. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Hold me in your heaven. I won't forget the thrill of it all. Take me home. Breathless, rising to the beat. Infectious, comes so naturally. It's like I'm lost inside your ecstasy, wondering if we could be in heaven. We make our reality. I've never known a life like this, a stranger's kiss, the sweet attraction. I've never known a love like this,
Welcome, everyone, one and all, to another week of Arcadia Esports League of Legends content. I'm Orbits here on the casting desk. Along with me is Alex. What's up, Alex?
What's going on, everyone?
Happy to have you here. We are just starting out pick ban phase for the first game in this series. We are playing against CCNY. And as we all know, or as we all should know, there are a bunch of new items coming out in this preseason patch. So it is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Excited to see what happens.
It's going to be definitely interesting to see how this affects the games, especially since this is the first official match for Arcadia since the patch has been implemented. How do you think it's going to affect the team's playstyle?
Yeah, I'm not so sure myself. It's going to be tough. I mean, the items just changed 3 days ago, but as we see Kha'Zix being locked in here for Arcadia, I can say for certain that is one of the most overpowered champions I've noticed in this preseason patch. The item Eclipse is insanely broken on all kinds of assassin junglers, assassin mid laners, anybody who could really take advantage of it. So that's a big pickup there for Arcadia. The Volibear Lissandra lock-in for CCNY is a bit awkward. I will say the Chem Tank item works very well with Volibear, but Lissandra, I'm not so sure. Haven't seen too much of it. I'm interested to see. I think playstyles are definitely going to revolve around assassinations, assassin champions, tank champions to stop assassinations, and or AD carries using a lot of on-hit effects to shred tanks. So it's a big triangle, rock, paper, scissors, imagine. Assassins beat AD carries beat tanks, tanks beat assassins. So Jin Lux locked in here for Arcadia, a classic bot lane we've seen before the preseason. I think they just want to stick with the champions they know, champions they're comfortable on, and even if the items are different, the champions stay the same. So Lucian locked in the last pick there for CCNY, and we'll get into the second round of bans.
They're definitely focusing heavily on what seems like top lane for their bans, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Shen banned in the first round. Now Darius taken away in the second round. They want to make sure that they can secure themselves a good top lane matchup. And this could be a sign. Maybe this is Volibear top. It doesn't have to be Volibear jungle. So maybe they're trying to get rid of champions that pair up well into Volibear. Darius and Akali taken off the map. I think Akali, along with Shen, are two very, very strong champions this preseason patch as well. And now we're getting rid of supports, Arcadia, that pair well with Lucian, because we assume that Lissandra is not the support, but really anything can happen. Lee Sin taken away then. A good counter into Kha'Zix can reveal him when he goes invisible.
So besides Kha'Zix being, like you said, a little busted due to new item, is there any other champion and item combination that we should watch out for with this new update?
Yeah, I would say anybody who can utilize Eclipse. Trinity Force users are very strong now. Trinity Force, a little reduction in gold and a little buff to the stats. So maybe Volibear top could build Trinity Force. He could be an issue. Engaged supports are very, very tanky as well because of the Locket support item. It is insanely overpowered. Shielding your whole team while becoming a tank yourself. Galio locked in for the mid lane of Arcadia. It's another tank that can utilize these new items, I think, pretty well. Most tanks in general, they feel very strong. You're doing a lot of damage while also having so many resistances and health from the items you build. So Galio frequently picked mid lane, and Orin picked up as well, another tank in the top lane. Helps round out this composition that needed a couple tanks when you pick the Kha'Zix jungle and this pretty poke squishy bot lane of Jin Lux. You need some big beefy boys in the top and mid to help round out your composition. So that looks nice for Arcadia, and we'll see what last pick there is here. But Yeah, any tanks that can really abuse good items. The Kale Top, I assume here, is probably going to be taking the Kraken Slayer, another very, very broken item that is on the pre-release patch. Every third auto attack, you get a on hit that deals more damage, the amount of health that your opponent has. So it's a good tank buster item. So a lot of fast auto attacking champions. I assume Lucian will take it as well because he attacks so quickly. Um, 3 auto attacks is very easy goal, or I guess obstacle for Lucian to hop over with his passive. So it's going to be tough for these tanks, especially the Ornn and the top lane of Arcadia, to really survive this Kraken Slayer Kale Lucian if it does get to that point in the game. But I will say it's tough for those Kale Lucian players to live the Kha'Zix Eclipse burst, just like I was saying. So it's really going to be interesting, and I think in general the entirety of the game is a lot quicker. Mythic items are so strong; they make so much of a difference that if you can snowball a lead and get an Eclipse item, you can really turn the whole game on its head and just continue to take everything on the map that you want. So it's looking to be a very snowbally season. A lot of strong items. There's the balance mentality is if everything's strong, then everything's balanced. So I think there's a lot of potential to have big impact plays. I've seen more quadra kills in these past 3 days than I've seen all of last season. So it's definitely going to be a fun game, fun season to watch in general.
For sure. It seems like they've just turned the dial all the way up to max with these new items, like you were saying. For the tank, it's overpowered, but it seems to be countered pretty well by the new Kraken item that's going to be able to counter that tank. So it's kind of just 110% item showdown at this point, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. And it's I say this is overpowered, that's overpowered, this is overpowered, and we don't really know. Like I said, the items have only been out for 3 days, and just like I said, if everything is overpowered, then really nothing's overpowered. But it's going to be a race to really who can get these really impactful item spikes first, and then who can utilize those advantages quickly and try to maintain that advantage and or gain a massive larger advantage in the mid to late game. So.
Yeah, and with these new, like you said, with gaining that item quicker, CSing is going to be super important with this patch, it feels like, so you can get that gold really quickly. So both teams, honestly, really should have to focus on being able to last hit those minions really well and work on that to get that item quickly, because like you said, it will turn the whole game.
Yeah, and along with CS, it's first bloods or maybe early cheese roams or
even turret plating.
Yeah, turret plates are going to be a big deal. So anything that you can do to sort of get yourself an early gold lead will net yourself a long mid and late game. I truly believe. But that is all we have for the pick ban process here. We do have to go to spectators delay, unfortunately. So we will be right back. Thank you all for showing up. The first game of the series between Arcadia and CCNY will resume shortly. So sit right there, and we'll be right back.
My heart, I am falling up. Seems like I did not know you would leave. Just go now and take it from me. Storm, bring it. Strike her, the slave. Believe me when I say I know a broken heart. Believe me when I say I know a broken storm bring
Welcome back, everybody. We are loading into game 1 of Arcadia versus CCNY. You can check out everybody's skins here as we load up into the game. Taking a quick look at runes and masteries. Kha'Zix did opt to go for the Dark Harvest. It's going to be very, very potent in the jungle. As soon as you get a couple kills, it's just going to snowball out of control. The Volibear jungle opting to press the attack as well. Something I often see on top jungle, or top Volibear, I mean, not on jungle Volibear. Pentakill, Kale also taking press the attack in the top lane, as well as Lucian. So 3 press the attack users is definitely an interesting sight to see. I don't know if they're all going to be going Kraken Slayer, but that synergizes very well with press the attack. So a possibility for the red team this game. Aside from that, nothing too out of the ordinary. Nice dark cosmic duo in the bot lane for the Knights. Always like to see the combination synergy there.
What's gonna win the game right there?
Yeah, the skins
synergy, make or break it.
It's gonna make the difference in the bottom lane. But yeah, just a little look at the team compositions. Like I said, it's really going to rely on for blue side. Kha'Zix is going to jump in and trying to assassinate targets, and as soon as he gets focused, Galio can fly in with his ultimate and keep him safe, as well as he will have the ability to use Eclipse active and or his ultimate, Kha'Zix being, to evade a lot of damage, go invisible, stay safe after successful assassination. So that's probably the game plan. And while this is happening, you still have Ornn with ults and Jin and Lux doing a lot of poke. But for the other side, for red side, it seems like they have pretty high engage with Leona Lucian, and Lissandra can help follow that up with CC as well as like a Volibear ultimate in the team fight. But Kale's really going to need time to scale up. So she's going to play more of a secondary AD carry role once it gets to the mid to the late portion of the game. So excited as well to see how this Kale fares into Ornn. Kale is usually a good counter pick into the Ornn matchup because Ornn also needs to scale, but does not have range. So you kind of neutralize a lot of the strengths that early game Ornn has. I do think in the mid lane, however, Galio should have the both push and trade advantage on Lissandra. Lissandra opted to take the Ignite, which would try to help her out in lane a little bit, get her a little bit more damage back in these trades or maybe all-ins, but I think Galio, just base MR built into his kit, is going to be a real issue for Lissandra, who already struggles to deal a lot of damage in her trades because she's going to be focusing more on CC. So my lanes to watch are definitely top and mid. I think bot is not going to be too crazy unless somebody slips up, but Leona could be a big threat for this Lux and Jhin, but I think not too much is going to happen. As well as the jungle matchup, you know, Kha'Zix is definitely the most potent player on the blue side, able to get a lot of kills and rack up kills early. Could just be the end for red team here. So an interesting one, Alex.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'd still say not a sure win for anyone, but feeling pretty good about this one.
Yeah, not at all. You can see Kha'Zix already kind of getting the roam advantage. And I guess something to point out for everybody in chat as well is there's a new jungle item. As you can see down there on the scoreboard, the jungle item has 5 charges. After you've smited 5 times, the item disappears, it becomes consumed, you maintain the stats, and your smite gets upgraded to either chilling or challenging smite. So that is the new jungle item change. You're already seeing an effect here. Kha'Zix using one of his charges early to try to rush that challenging smite, while Volibear opting to hold on to his smite for later in his clear path for maybe the health advantage. So 2 dueling styles already emerging on day 3 or 4 of the preseason. You can see Galio already asserting his trade dominance and tankiness on Lissandra. Losing a couple minions here and there, but going in on the level 3. Nice CC chain from Lissandra there. Make sure that Galio cannot connect, and Lissandra actually amassing a small CS lead as the wave could freeze in front of her tower. It's could be bad for Galio. Both junglers on the top side of their jungle. Volibear finishing up his red buff, maybe going to Krugs, but Kha'Zix getting the Gromp now. Will definitely look for this top side Scuttle Crab, maybe a top gank as there is a pretty big wave. Yeah, he's going up here. Horn goes in, starts the engage off. Kha'Zix shows up. Will Kale get out? She still has flash. The ward in the bush. She jukes the W, has flash, but decides not to use it and dies to the Kha'Zix gank. That is first blood.
Big
going
money.
over to the Kha'Zix. Big money, as
Quite
Alex would
legitimately.
like to say. Yeah, that's a lot of gold going to the Kha'Zix. If you're red team, that's not who you want
Ooh, yeah.
to see, because he does have Dark Harvest as well. Wow, what a trade from Galio. Yeah, Lissandra out of mana here. Really unable to punish that Galio for going a little too deep. Lissandra is so low, I have to feel that she should get a back soon. Yeah, she does not have teleport, however. So if she does leave the lane, this could be a big crash opportunity for Galio on this way. But look at Volibear staying right out of vision, ready for the counter gank in lane.
Looks like he's actually, or no, he's ready.
Yeah, he might be going over the Raptor camp for this Lissandra kill. It's all set up. Galio just needs to over the wall. He goes. He gets W'd. 2 turret shots taken, and that is the end of that. Lissandra's CC is her specialty. As now Kha'Zix and Volibear will run into each other in the jungle. Kha'Zix already getting the top Scuttle Crab, looking to double scuttle this Volibear. They are both level 4. Volibear has a slight health advantage, but the bot lane of blue team will roam here faster. Volibear goes on to Kha'Zix. He's forced to jump out. A heal comes out from Jin along with a shield from Lux. The flash forced from Volibear. The stun almost landing. A lot of damage, and all in all, a flash blown for Volibear, and Kha'Zix will get the Scuttle Crab. That is just the team difference of supporting your jungle in for the Scuttle Crab in the bot side river.
Yeah, I think just by judging how this is going, it's going to really come down to maybe a jungle difference this game.
Yeah, Kha'Zix out to a great lead. Getting that first blood, like I said, is massive. One, because he's a champion that needs to get the ball rolling for him to do well. Also, he took Dark Harvest, so all of these kills in the early game, all of this damage will just get worse and worse as it goes on. So Kha'Zix poised to be a massive threat this game. Yeah, already up about 300 gold on the Volibear, but Volibear is farming it out. He's staying alive in the game. It's not nowhere near over just yet.
Jin also has quite at least double the lead right now on Lucian for CS. So
yeah, 43 to 23 for Jin. Already picking up the Noon Quiver, a new item, as you can see. Attacks deal a little bit of extra damage to minions and monsters, helps people DS if they need it, but really just going to take it for the attack damage and the attack speed. So the Noon Quiver will probably be building into the Gale Force. That is an item that builds into the 3 80 carry mythic items. Big wave crashing into Warren here in the top wave. He's going to take all the damage to get himself some of that CS, but he's taking so much chip in return from the Kale. Press the attack is doing a lot of work. Galio now going in for the trade. The taunt will not let Lissandra use her E. This could be bad for her. She does have ultimate ignite, but Galio out of cooldowns. Not really much to do after that initial trade. Yeah, Warren very low here in the top lane against the Kale, and I was going to say, despite all of the pressure that Galio had early, the CS is still dead even in the mid lane. Having TP advantage, having you know, a big trade advantage on Lissandra because she took a lot of damages. Hold the phone. Kha'Zix looking for a gank in the bot lane. Here comes the bind from Lux. Volibear's here for the counter. Kha'Zix suddenly in a 2v1 in the back line, forced a flash. Volibear is going right for the Jhin. Kha'Zix now trying to duke it out. He does not get the kill. Galio finally shows up. The hero's entrance knocks up to the taunt onto Lucian. He will fall. No, he gets flashes away to live. I can't believe it. Leona dies, and it's all in all, it's a 1-for-1 after everything's blown. Wow, I cannot believe that Lucian got away. His name is Mr. Houdini for a reason, and he lives to fight another day.
One more hit and he would have been gone. So a little frustrating, I'm sure, for both ends, actually, since it kind of happened on both team sides.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scatter. Everybody was picking different targets. And then whenever one champion gets low, everybody thinks, oh, somebody else will clean that up, and they focus elsewhere. And, Lucian somehow Houdini'd himself out of the thing as Galio's getting ulted in the mid lane. The taunt comes out. A big trade, back and forth, both mid laners falling so low here. It is a slugfest already, and Kha'Zix smells blood in the water, and Lissandra in the mid lane. She's just
trying to
walk
back
for it, yeah. Knows that Lissandra can't come stop him from pushing this wave, so we'll just shove it onto the tower. Kha'Zix knows that Lissandra has to back and does not have TP, so this should just be free experience and a nice wave reset for Galio.
Yeah, if Galio can get up there quick enough. Well, Volibear seems to be rotating down. I was going to say maybe we could get a first plate from mid lane, but Galio seems to be covering up where the mid laner had to go back for us.
Yeah, actually, Volibear clearing the wave, so the tower plate is still up for grabs. If Galio walks in range and just the minions auto it, or he gets one auto attack, that is a saved plate for him. So Galio's going to be thanking Volibear for saving himself a little bit of gold in the future. Nice freeze in the bot lane for the Knights. Leona looking to roam. As this wave is kind of just frozen here, there's not much that Leona Lucian can do. A double CS lead now for Jhin in the bot lane. It's looking very rough for this Lucian Leona lane. They haven't found an opportunity to really engage. Like I said, they got one kill in a big skirmish fight, but 2v2 it seems like they just can't find the opening. Kha'Zix now looking for the Scuttle Crab. As soon as you see it, that shield will wear away, walk away. And now maybe the dragon is the sights of the blue team here. Yes, Kha'Zix will sweep out the ward and then maybe look to solo it or take it with the help of his bot lane. But look at Volibear, Lucian, and Leona for the red team. They're not going to let this go for free.
He definitely
Dragon's
want
falling
it.
very low. Yeah, Jhin with a nice root. They will actually stall long enough for the blue team to take the dragon. Kha'Zix jumps out of the pit, and just like that, a free Infernal Drake for the Knights. Back to scuffling in the mid wave. Sandra and Galio just love to chuck spells at each other. I'm interested to see what mythic item each of these champions is looking to build. In the top lane, it looks kind of like a locket for the Ornn. I assume Kha'Zix is going to Eclipse as he's going to gank bot lane again. The slow just barely forces the flash of Leona. Not sure if he needed a flash there, but better safe than sorry. Sandra also eating out of a sticky situation in the mid lane, and nothing happens just yet. But yeah, I think Galio is going to take the Hextech Proto Belt in the mid lane. And Lissandra, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. But
Top lane is now our Hecarim had, or not Hecarim, excuse me, but he had to go back, and now it looks like she's pretty targeting stuff, and he's soloing the Scuttle, which is actually going pretty well for him.
yeah, Volibear taking the Rift Herald after seeing Kha'Zix fail that gank in the bot lane, and Ornn forced to back after Kayle put a lot of damage onto him. Kayle now rising to a slight gold, or a slight CS lead, I should say, as well as gold lead. About 18 here. Almost 3 waves, maybe 2.5, a couple cannons. Yeah, like I said, Kale is doing the exact same thing as Ornn, scaling up, but she has that rage advantage the whole time and can kind of keep Ornn at an arm's distance so that she never has to get comboed on or CC'd or any of that stuff. So definitely going to be an issue, and rushing the Berserker's Greaves makes it so that she has so much movement speed to kite around this Ornn. Lissandra catching a whiff that Kha'Zix could be taking the blue buff. Actually, is just running away from Galio, forced to flash. The Luxol comes out. Will the Jin ult pick it up? It does! Chatman Reform takes that one home from all the way downtown. The Curtain Call is going to help Kojo Relapse pick up one. Lux looking for more, hits the bind. Kha'Zix going in, a lot of damage, jumps on top. This could be a double kill. It is for Kha'Zix. Meanwhile, Volibear's duking it out with Jin, but Galio's going to take that one home. And it's an ace herd around the map as Ornn gets a solo kill in the top lane. Who would have believed it? We didn't even know. The Knights all over the map working to put an ace down on the table. I can't believe it. What an absolute insane amount of damage coming out from this Kha'Zix. Yeah, picking up the Duskblade, actually not opting for the Eclipse. The Duskblade is another mythic item that whenever you get a kill, you can go invisible and reposition yourself to set yourself up for another kill. So
Sounds like a perfect one for Kha'Zix.
yeah, works very well with him, especially because he has a passive that he does more damage out of vision as soon as he comes out from out of vision. So nice trade there in the mid lane. Lissandra forced to use ultimate against Galio, but will not get the kill.
Bolt's getting very low, though.
Yep, and I think
bot push.
Sunfire... Yeah, heavy bot push from the red team. They have the Rift Herald. They're going to just drop it, I assume. That there it is. However, Jin finishing the Gale Force 2-0-3. That item will allow Jin, who's pretty immobile, to have a little bit more movement in the bot lane. He's looking for the root. They do get it. Kha'Zix is back down here again. The Lux ult onto Lucian. He falls so low. The culling comes out. The W will try to slow. Here comes Galio. Flashes right onto Lucian. That's an instant kill. Lux actually picks up the one on the Volibear, and the root from Jin from downtown with the root from Lux will net Galio a double.
Turret shots to get it. Does not matter. Does not care.
He is so tanky at this point. An absolute massive play from all members of the Knights in this bot lane roam. Lissandra was unable to match that potential, and Galio didn't even have to use ultimate. He just walked in, flashed on Lucian, and helped the rest of his team secure this kill. Oh my gosh, he's looking for more. The taunt just absolutely bops that Lissandra in the mid lane, and Galio is on a tear. I can't believe it. A turret falls now.
Yeah, because of that play bot lane, they were able to get that turret to fall. Leona seems to be chasing into the jungle a little bit. I don't know why, but if she wants to go in there.
Lucian, you can't go out that far. Oh my gosh, the absolute damage is raw, and Chat and One Reformed and Kojo have a field day with that AD carry stepping a little too far up. Once that turret falls, you have to know that that is Arcadia's bot side jungle. Apologies for slamming my desk there with my knee.
Another turret falls, this time on mid lane. It looks like Galio's going to fall, unfortunately, and get that shut down.
Yeah, a lot of kills going on in the mid lane. The insanity does not stop. The turret falls, but Volibear picks one up in return, and Ornn forced to flash away as Kale was getting a little too much damage. But in the meantime, blue team picking up a dragon. Oh no. King Moron caught in a bad situation, taking a little bit too greedy to back. Volibear ults in, but there's a Kale waiting for him under turret. The turret starts to shoot Kale. Can he hold on? No, it will not matter as Volibear picks up a second one and just caught in a bad situation trying to recall in the river there from the Ornn.
There wasn't much.
Lux ult. Ooh, so close. Almost taking out Love Machine on the Kale. Nice try.
They were able to save that turret, though, with that ult, so that was a pretty great play from Lux.
Yeah, Lux saving the top turret, but the mid turret falling in response. It is a hectic amount of fights all over the map, and whenever something happens on one side, the team will take something on the other side. So it is a massive tug of war here in the mid game, I should say. 16 minutes, not even really the mid game yet, but as all of these turrets start to fall down, we should see more of a mid game team fight stage of the game break out, and that's where I'm really going to be interested to see this Kha'Zix shine. Top turret now under fire from this Knight's bot lane. They do get the root. Oh, he misses the root. Here comes the taunt from Galio. They can't get the turret. Finally, they do. But Kha'Zix will always make sure that that is a kill. Walks up, presses the Q button, gets the double buffs, and oh no, Lucian, you can't walk that close to that bug. Okay, he manages to just hit a W and walk away, but again, in the meantime, as all these members of the Knights are in the top lane, Lissandra's just pushing it down mid.
Tanking a few turret shots there.
Yeah, a little bit of a misstep from Lissandra, but Galio now running for this Lissandra in the mid lane. He's getting pinged out. Warren always in the 1v1 lane against the Kayle. That's usually where you want to put him. He has Sunfire Cape now. The Proto Belt is the mythic picked up for the Galio, like I suggested. Lissandra just picks up the Luden's Echo, and Lucian actually opting for the Immortal Shield Bow. Pretty interesting there. Oh my, Lissandra caught in a bad situation. The Lux ult, it barely misses. She uses the Lissandra ult anyways. The E will not connect as Lissandra flashes, and wow. What a exchange there from both parties. The Lux ult was just a little bit off from that blast cone, and Lissandra said, I'm not taking any chances, and had to self-ult anyways. But now this Kha'Zix with the Yomu's completed. Absolutely insane lethality damage will come out. I'm thinking they can just go for this kill here. Yep, jumps right on top of the Volibear. He forces to ult though, gets a lot of health. Here comes Lucian, goes right onto Lux. The Galio, Hero's entrance along with the Ornn ult. They're just trying to keep that Volibear CC'd, and he will be. Leona forced to flash out of the situation, and now Lucian on the bot side of the map gets picked up by Kojo. 5-1-5, this Kha'Zix, this bug is going nuts.
Looks like it's the end for bot's last turret that's official. Last turret that's not on their platform.
Yeah, not in the base. The tier 2 turret falls in the bot lane as all members of the Knights will probably reset after a job well done. The kills now rising to 15-3. Jhin 3-0-8 picks up the Swifty boots. Galio trying to build as Zanya's, it looks like. And yeah, Kha'Zix should be able to buy himself a couple of nice items when he gets back as well. Lux support actually opting to build the Ludens as well. The support items, or supports have a lot more ability to build regular mythic items like other lanes, so I think that's why you'll see champions that typically work in mid also can work in support now, so as well as junglers having options to buy sort of regular top lane or mid lane items because there's no more jungle item after you smite 5 times. So Volibear picking up the Frozen Fist, or Frostfire Fist I should say as well, or should say now has the Cinderhulk passive now built into the Iceborne Gauntlet. So very nice item there.
Is that going to be one of the new items, or is that...
Yeah, this is a new mythic item now, as you can see. Most of the mythic tank items build out of the Bomby Cinder or the old Cinder Hulk, and they now have the ability to sort of combine with old items. So you have Chem Tank, which is like Cinder Hulk and Righteous Glory. You have the Frostfire, which is like Iceborne and Cinder Hulk. So there's a lot of Cinder Hulk X old item mythic items for tanks now. So that is a new one. But a lot of members of the Knights grouping up for this Dragon. Lissandra goes right in, gets a 3-man stun. The Kayle ult follows as well. That's a lot of damage onto the Knights. Here comes the Ornn ult. The Volibear will pick up the kill onto the Lux in the first place. The Ornn ult picks up 3 as well in return, but there's not much follow-up. Galio so low. Jhin at the bottom of the fight trying to pick up kills. Kojo picks up 1. Ornn needs to really put out damage here. He is the tank. He goes in the back line. Kha'Zix picks up another. Can he get more? No. Kayle is going crazy here. Love Machine picks up the triple kill on the Kayle, and what a good team fight for CCNY.
Knights definitely seem to be a bit scattered in that one, not knowing who they were going to go for, and it definitely kind of let the other team be able to pick them off.
Yeah, the Knights were really grouping around that Dragon, not knowing what they wanted to do. Lissandra took the opportunity, said, I'm just going to go in and get a 3-man stun with the Kayle ult so you cannot do any damage in return. While that was happening, the Knights scattered apart, and everybody felt really low, but CCNY's Kayle went absolutely nuts and was able to wipe down everybody while Kha'Zix tried to do the same in the back line and unfortunately got picked up by that Kayle. So a good fight all around. Jhin got split. He had to go path downwards from the dragon while everybody pathed up, and when you're kind of alone as an AD carry in that situation with no CC or peel, you don't really have a chance to go off and to really enter the fight again. So Riftmaker getting picked up for this Gale here. An item that after you enter combat for a certain amount of time, you deal bonus damage, and at max stacks deals true damage. So in my opinion, one of the strongest items in the game in this preseason, and it's not surprising that Kale would want to pick it up. She operates very well with both AP and AD, and being able to abuse this item even just a little bit makes it worth it on nearly every champion. So both members of both teams grouping up in the mid lane. Kale having a nice trade battle here with Kha'Zix. Warren trying to shove out the side waves. A little bit of an NA ram, as we like to call it. I think some members of either team would like to get in the side waves and create some split push pressure, especially Kale. I'm not sure anybody on the blue team could really 1v1 this Kale in the side lane. However, if you bring your strongest member of your team and put them away from the fight, the Knights can just run at the 4 members trying to hold this turret, and you have nobody who can really defend it. So it's a tough situation to be in when you are this Kale. A lot of just poke going back and forth here. Kha'Zix trying to duke it out with Volibear in the jungle a little bit. Seems like a whole lot of shoving waves back and forth until some sort of neutral objective is picked or some side pressure is seen from either side. Now, Lissandra forced to back here could be a sign for the Knights to engage a 5v4.
I was about to say Baron is up, so that could be an objective one of the teams tries to take, and the Knights do seem to be trying to take that.
Yep, and just like that, they see Lissandra back, and they say, all right, let's just try to take Baron while they're distracted. See if CCNY can sort of sniff it out. They do get a hunch. They hit the cone, but the Baron's already gone. A free Baron Nashor for Arcadia there as just the right call to say, let's just go to Baron since we know that they're stuck in their mid wave. They don't want to push out. They don't want to do anything. We'll use this window of opportunity and take a free Baron. So now, a little bit of gold. The Ornn upgrades are actually coming out now. As you can see, Gale Force upgraded to only God knows what that Ornn item upgrade name is, as it's only 4 days in the season. I apologize, but something of the sort. But Jin, yeah, 3-0-10 with that Ornn upgrade icon. Oh, the Typhoon! There it is. Thank you, Spectator. I'll have to brush up on my Ornn upgrade names, but yeah, 3-0-10 also has the Storm Razor. That's such a big power spike for this Jin. He's going to be absolutely insane. I think they're just going to send the Ornn in the bot lane to help empower some minions, keep that pressure up. We'll see where this Kha'Zix goes as well. Maybe he wants to be in a side lane top, or just groups mid with his team. Maybe play a sort of in-between role in the top and mid lane, or bot and mid lane, I should say. But yeah, the Baron Ming is just going to take out this tier 2 turret in the mid wave. The dragon is spawning soon, so we will see if the Knights want to regroup and fight this dragon or just keep their pressure up with the Baron. If you're asking me, I think you just keep the pressure on with the Baron. I don't think it's super critical that you need to go get this dragon immediately. Your Jhin is absolutely massive. You have the Baron buff now. Nobody can really handle him. As long as you keep the your foot on the gas pedal here, there's no way that you don't get a turret, but it seems like the Knights actually do find a fight in the bot side jungle. Ornn forcing Lissandra ult. The Ornn horn comes out. It does not land on Lissandra, but it picks up 2. The root comes out. Volibear deciding whether to go in or not. All of that for 0 kills. And okay, maybe after that fight, you can go take a dragon virtually for free, because you know Lissandra has to back, as well as probably Lucian and Leona. There is the dragon going over to the Knights.
And Drake.
Yep. Earth Drake puts them at soul point. Lysandra, oh my, what a root from the Jin. She cannot use her E, and Kha'Zix will absolutely two-shot her. That opens the door wide open for the Knights to just run it down the bot lane. They have a little bit of that Baron left. This turret will surely fall. Galio's empowering the mid wave as well. Volibear's trying to fight him, but he should be able to get out of there relatively free. Maybe not. Maybe he has to blow flash. Okay, gets the knock up. And as Volibear's chasing this Galio in the mid lane, the rest of the team is just dying, and the game could be over soon. Kha'Zix flashes in. Oh my gosh, absolutely pops that Kale. Ornn goes right in onto the Leona as well. She's tanky, but not too tanky, as Kha'Zix goes in, and oh my gosh, that Kha'Zix damage is disgusting. 11, 2, and 5. Jin still 3, 0, and 13. One turret falls. The next Nexus turret should be the target, but unfortunately, they're just a bit too low, and Galio ends up dying in the mid lane as Volibear recalls, and okay, gets some damage onto this Ornn. This could be good for the Volibear here. Here comes the Lysandra ult. Ornn will get picked up, and I think that's Ornn saying, go on, my brothers, I will die here, but you can live to fight another day.
There was really no way for that Ornn to get out of that, I think.
Yeah, he was caught in a bad situation. The home guards from Volibear just make him so fast, and he said, you know what, boys, I'll take the death here so that you don't have to. And that's just respectable top lane play in 2020, so that's a true king in the top lane. But as we get back to the stats and the items, you can see Galio picked up the Oblivion Orb as well as the Zanya's. Two very big pickups for him. Kha'Zix picks up the Edge of Night and the crossbow. I forget the name as well. Apologies, but a lot of armor penetration coming from this Kha'Zix. So even if CCNY wants to build armor, Kha'Zix can just shred right through it. And the rapid fire cannon as well coming on for the Jin are some massive items that are going to mean pretty much the difference in this game, as Lucian still only has one item in the bottom lane. It is rough to be this Lucian right now. Oh no, Kha'Zix, don't do it. Absolutely deletes Lysandra right in front of the Baron pit. You cannot really walk anywhere near this Kha'Zix if you're alone at this point in the game. He will Control-Alt-Delete you off the map. And with that pick, the Knights are looking to really run it down the mid lane and force the issue. It's a 4v5. You have super minions in the bottom wave. It's you're gonna have to have somebody go clear those creeps as they enter your base, and as they do that, you'll have 5 members of the Knights just knocking on your mid lane tower door.
Kha'Zix's going to take a blue Girl Scout cookies.
Nope, they are not. They're here to end the game and take towers and get gold. So here we see 4 members actually. Kha'Zix not here just yet. Oh my gosh, so much damage coming up from the Jinlux combo. Volibear goes in to try to even the playing field, but the Ornn is not as different options. Here comes the Hero's Entrance, knocks everybody up from the red team. All 5 members of the Knights still alive. A lot of damage coming down. Kojo actually gets picked up by this Kale. Hold the phone. This could be a massive swing for this Kale. Love Machine alive and well with a lot of items. The Knights are forced to get out of there. They realized they were so low, and this Kale could get a pentakill if they let her. Very nice positioning from that Kale to stay alive and maintain herself as a massive teamfight threat in that fight. Really stopping the attack of the Knights there. Volibear checking out the Baron, making sure it's still there. Want to make sure nobody from the Knights was sneaking that one. But yeah, the Knights really need to CC this Kale and pick her off early with the Kha'Zix, or else she could just turn the whole team fight on its head. Ornn in a fight here with the Volibear. Ornn doing a lot of damage. Volibear healing a lot off of his W though. Here comes the E. It is an absolute wet noodle fight between these big boys. Who is going to take it? I don't know. Nice W from the Ornn to stop the CC. Can he get to his turret? He will. Volibear has a big shield though. A nice knock-up from the Ornn. The auto. It is so close, folks. Who's going to take it? Oh, Volibear takes it with the Triumph healing as well. Unable to get taken off from the turret there. But meanwhile, he's in the top wave, and that's a Mountain Soul spawning. So just like that, the soul goes over to the Knights. Who's to say if it was worth or not? If it was me, I would say not worth, but I'm just one man, so a nice kill for Volibear, but a nice answer back in the bottom way, on the bottom lane, bottom side of the map. Get that dragon and really get the upper edge of that trade, I'd say. Now both teams sort of resetting here.
Inhibitor has
Trying to get their
respawned too for
bearings.
red team, so that's kind of gonna stop a little bit of the pressure. So no more super minions spawning in bot lane. So that gives opportunity for all of their focus to be on whatever they please instead of having to worry about them coming into base and just taking something by accident.
Yeah, looks like they have the opportunity now to send all 5 members to the Baron. This is the next neutral objective on the table. Both teams setting their sights on it. Kha'Zix actually going to start it up in the fog of war. Lux now stepping up to help him. She will be seen on the Scuttle Crab, so now red team should know. Yep, they start to ping it out. However, this Baron's already at half health and falling. Kha'Zix does so much damage. Here comes the Volibear. He could ult over. Here it is. He gets the steal. Volibear steals the Baron away. The Knights have to fight. Lissandra goes in, forced to ultimate on herself. Orange trying to CC what she can. Kha'Zix putting a lot of damage down. Lissandra falling solo. Jin will secure that one, but 4 members of CCNY are walking away with Baron buff. This is not good for the Knights. Jin looking to do what he can to this Kayle, but it's not enough. And now 5 members of the Knights with the Mountain Soul are trying to run down the mid lane, but this Kayle is going to be an issue. Can they take this tower? I don't know. Kha'Zix
Sneaking around
as he does. Actually, just gonna go for this inhib. Okay, it's a flurry 4 in the mid lane. This tower will fall. Volibear tries to engage. That's a flash blown from Galio. I'm not sure why. Kha'Zix taking the bot lane inhibitor. He will get it eventually. Okay, in the mid lane. Lucian getting caught. Actually, is so fast. Forced to ult, or forced to flash with the Lux ult. Not even gonna connect as the Jin auto is there. So now Kha'Zix gets the bot inhib. The rest of the team's looking for the mid inhib. Jin is doing so much damage. Galio goes in. That is the pick that the Knights need. And now the rest of this team fight should be easy. Does it as Jin can just unload bullet after bullet. Nobody able to touch him. That will be the game as the Knights finally take the first win of the series at around 35 minutes. Wow, what a game we had here today.
Turk. Then
What an absolute back and forth game, honestly, despite the kill score. A Baron steal from CCNY. CCNY's Kayle being insanely large and in charge. Wow. What a game. Now we will be hopping into game 2 shortly, folks. So stay tuned. We'll have a little break and we'll see you back here when we start up Pick Ban Phase. Stick around.
Some people might think you're sleazy. You're so fine, so you're making look easy. So much you can make a man green. So don't stop, go ahead and get freaky. You got me hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body. Makes me wanna fall in love. Makes me wanna fall in love. Don't stop now, just get naughty. Move like a pro, girl, it ain't no hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body. Makes me wanna fall in love. Makes me wanna fall in love. Don't stop now, just get naughty. Move like a pro, girl, it ain't no hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body. A hot body. A hot body. One, two, three, and to the four. Checking out your moves as I walk through the door. Never seen a girl like you in here before. Body like a goddess as you move on the floor. You're a soldier and you're ready for war. Got a lot of junk in the trunk, you're hardcore. I don't wanna stop, I want you to come on. Cause you got a little something I just can't ignore. So go ahead, girl, take your time. Shake it like you mean it, girl, let it all shine. Body like an hourglass, so it's so fine. And if you wanna kick it, girl, give me a sign. You are so in your mind. You're a masterpiece, the best by design. And if you was a mountain, I'd be ready for the climb. And I'll be on the spot anywhere, anytime.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. Pick ban of game 2 here in this series between Arcadia and CCNY. Arcadia is currently up 1-0 in the series. It was a long fought first game, and now I'm interested to see how the game 2 pick ban goes. Expect a lot of pressure to be put on the Kazakhs and the Jin, maybe the Kale as well from Arcadia's side. Those are some superstar champions in the first game. Hekram, actually changed to Kazakhs banned away, just like I said. CCNY said no more Kazakhs in this game too, and I have to agree with them. An absolute masterclass performance from Kojo on that bug. Seems like Arcadia is sticking to the same bans they went with game 1, Team Misfortune. Ari banned away as Samira is also taken off the table for CCNY, a very, very strong champion in this preseason as well. The Collector working very well with this Samira ult can be a devastating combo. Olaf now banned away for Arcadia, typically one of their own junglers, so I'm interested to see what they are going to first pick here, as Galio is the last ban, so Hekram is left on the table.
Interesting to see that they choose Galio. So did they ban Kazakhs?
Yeah, they banned Kazakhs, Samira,
Yeah.
and Galio in the first round. So with Hekram and Olaf on the table, but Olaf being banned away, they picked up Hekram. Now Tarek is going to be picked up here for CCNY. Bit of an interesting support pick, and Udyr picked up as well. I have to believe that these are intended picks, but might I say these are a bit unorthodox, to say the least here. Tarek and Udyr are notoriously underpowered supports and junglers. I do not think they've gotten much better in the preseason. However, I'm only one man, and it is only a short time in this season, so I might be wrong. But Shen, a much stronger pick here, was strong before, still is strong, especially with these new items. And yeah, Jin being left up will just get locked in again for the AD carry of the Knights. Seems like this first round pick ban has gone the Knights' way.
Ezreal could be, because you said Triforce got a little bit of a boost, and he's a Triforce user, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that is correct. The issue with Ezreal into Jhin is that Ezreal takes some time to scale up, and he really wants to get Mirror Mana alongside of that Trinity Force. So if Jhin and whoever is paired with him in the bot lane can really oppress him and make sure that he can't get his item spikes, it's just going to be exactly what we saw before, an absolute snowball, and just really taking the game into the situation of the team who has a lot of the kills in the early game. So Ezreal, I do think, can be good if he can sustain the early lane phase and make it to the mid game relatively free. So not sure what that ban is from CCNY. A little bit of a error on the timeout there. I think it's a Morgana ban instead of no ban. So Morgana being banned away from the support with the Jhin. Arcadia decides to ban the Kale. I agree with that. It was a big issue in the first game. And Twisted Fate also taken away from Arcadia. I'm not sure if Twisted Fate would be picked here. I guess they think that Galio is a good roaming champion, and so is Twisted Fate. So let's just get rid of them both. Sion taken away in the top lane from the top laner of CCNY, and Lissandra looking to be picked up here again. Seems like the mid laner of CCNY likes it, wants to keep playing it. So if it's not banned, might as well just lock it in blind. I don't think Lissandra's too bad of a blind pick. She can operate pretty well in most lane matchups. We will see if it's locked in, and it is. So now Arcadia will be picking their last two picks to round out their team composition. I'm guessing a support and a mid laner. If I was a betting man, I would say Lux and maybe Katarina. Ooh, Diana.
Good
Another
thing you're not a
champion.
betting man.
Yeah, no bets were made. However, no picks were locked in yet, Alex.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, you got me, you got me.
Maybe. Okay, Diana is locked in, so one of my two is wrong. However,
You could,
can we
hey,
go
50% is
50%?
not bad.
It's not the end of the world.
I take it on an exam, I'll take it here.
Diana operates very well into Lysandra, scaling up and also having good trades against her. And Bard picked up here in the support role. So
Interesting.
0% on my random guesses, but I do like to see the Bard picked up. It works very well with Diana and Hecarim Ultimate. You hit the Bard ult, make sure nobody can move. As soon as they're up, you Diana ult them, suck them in, and then Hecarim makes everybody feared. So very nice wombo combo there set up from the Knights. And Volibear picked up again in the top lane maybe this time around, as Udyr is typically the jungler, but we shall see. It is interesting to say the least. I do not think Udyr is a very strong champion, but maybe I'm proven wrong here.
I've seen him in a few games and he's done all right. Tarek, on the other hand, I mean, I don't know much at a good day, but I've never even seen him be played. So that's definitely an interesting choice.
Yeah, their first two lock-ins were very, very interesting. And the problem with Udyr is that he has no gap close ability besides just being very fast. So maybe the new Chem Tank item will help him get a burst of movement speed into these fights. But if you're
Yeah,
building too much tank, you don't have any real damage to follow it up once you get in. So
what was that one item that gave like the mini flash? I know you've mentioned it before. So
Gale
forgive me.
Force, yeah,
Gale
the 80,
Force
the
could be
80 carry item. That would be
80 carry.
insanely
Maybe not.
unorthodox.
Yeah,
if you
maybe
built
not the
Gale
best
Force.
choice there, but
A definite option to say the least.
hey, I'm not a betting man, but and the way with bets are going, I don't think I'm gonna take that chance.
Yeah, if you did bet for Gale Force and it came up though, wow, imagine. But that is all we have for the pick ban phase. We will be back when the game 2 starts up. We do have unfortunate spectator delay, so thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll be right back, folks. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, loading into game 2 of this series between Arcadia and CCNY. We can see the skins and also runes and mastery choices for each of the champions. Taking a quick glance, nothing seems too out of the ordinary. Volibear in the top lane actually opting to go for the grasp, usually a smart choice into the Shen. Shen is pretty tanky, and Volibear will usually have long extended trades with Shen anyways, so getting a little bit of health from these trades does not hurt. And actually, Udyr in the jungle opting to go for the Phase Rush, a movement ability, or rune, I should say, that grants him a lot more movement after he hits 3 abilities. So, an interesting choice, maybe working well with the Eclipse Mythic. I just put that together. Maybe that could be what he's going for, but I really do not know. I'm super interested to see what this Udyr does, how he plays, how he feels. But for me, I think Blue Team has a much more straightforward team composition. You have your ultimates for team fights with Hecarim, Diana, Ward, and then you have Shen to really back it up, be a good split push threat, while Red Team's team fight is a little bit more scattered. They have the Taric ult to stop a lot of that Wombo combo. You have the Lissandra ult as well for CC, but Udyr is trying to go in, Volibear is trying to go in, Ezreal doesn't really have much peel if both of those members go in, but outside of Taric, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to play their team fights correctly, but it could work, and I don't think it's completely set in stone off of pick ban, but here we are. Both teams running out onto the Rift, setting up for what looks like a 5-point for the blue team, and the red side might be trying to invade, or they're just stacking more members in the bot side, caring for an invade. Not too much should happen here. I'm also interested to see what buff Hecarim decides to start, whether he's going to path towards his bottom lane, maybe to help them out in the early game, or if he wants to help this Shen get a lead on his Volibear. Maybe that's his idea, but a couple of options as blue team decides to invade for some vision. Interesting play. They get out of it without any form of counter attack, really, as Hecarim will be going down to his bottom side. Red buff, that makes a lot of sense. So both junglers starting their bottom side buff, and I do believe that Hecarim should be able to clear a little bit faster than this Udyr. Udyr going the Phoenix stance, pretty interesting. More of an AoE build instead of the Tiger stance, which is a single target DOT build. So yeah, Udyr thinking about what he wants to do with his clear, not going for the Gromp. Gonna just go right to his wolves as Hecarim will clear out the raptors as well. Should be able to farm a bit faster. Hecarim opting to go for the challenging smite as well instead of the chilling smite, like Udyr. Volibear and Shen duking out in the top lane, bot lane, trading some poke back and forth, but I do believe that this bot lane should be in the favor of Jhin and Bard. As soon as that Ezreal gets CC'd, he should just blow up, so Diana taking a little bit of pressure in the mid lane, losing some CS early. Getting some poke back onto Lissandra though, but all in all, only 1 CS down in the first wave. Shen trying to collect some CS as well. The top lane. Ooh, Diana goes in for a nice trade. Hits level 3 first. Gets a good poke. The Aftershock is down for Lissandra. Does correctly read the juke back. The Ignite comes down, but Diana says, I'll take the winning trade and your Ignite for nothing else. And Lissandra now very low on mana. Oh, Diana goes right back in. She has the E again. Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, she
walks forward. The Lissandra flash has to be blown there as Diana has too many dashes for Lissandra to keep up with. And now, no Ignite, no flash, not much mana on this Lissandra. She's looking to be in a bad situation again as Diana will get a cheater recall off basically in the mid lane. She can recall and walk back to lane while Lissandra has to stay and try to get these minions with no real health. Diana can walk back into lane with a item advantage, and Lissandra will be forced to back or risk dying in the 1v1. Bard, the wandering support, getting some vision down early, trying to spot out that jungler. They do not. Udyr coming down from the top side. The top lane scuttle did go over to Hecarim, and now again looking to do the same thing as game one. Get the double scuttle. Can the rest of the Knights support their jungler in the bot side river? Udyr is spotted out. Immediately the bot lane roams up. And again, this is just unfortunate. A nice Jhin root there. Here comes Bard looking for some CC. It does not barely land. Udyr forced a flash there as Hecarim is just immensely asserting his dominance in this bot side river. And that is the benefit of having the push advantage in the bot lane. You have the first roam. Help out your jungler. Udyr forced to blow his summoner and does not get a single scuttle crab. Has got to feel bad. Shen and Volibear on the top lane. Kind of just duking it out. Doing what top laners do. Shen has a slight trade advantage as he hits level 5 here. The bot lane and junglers are more of interactive, but top lane is kind of just hanging out, being tanks. So Jhin looking to freeze this wave here and make Taric and Ezreal step up to the wave if they want any CS. They are going to bring their Hecarim down here. The Bard tunnel comes down. Hecarim looking for this Taric. He does have flash. He is forced to blow it preemptively. Diana now a little short on that Q. Just going to clear the mid wave. Yeah, Jhin and Bard doing a great job here of just freezing the wave right in front of their tower. If Ezreal wants to come get the CS, he has to take so much damage in return. There's not much he can do. The red side bot lane needs their jungler to come help them break this freeze, but even if Udyr does come down here, I think he just loses the 2v3. Jhin is so strong compared to this Ezreal, only has a tier. I mean, neither bot lane are backed for items, but this is a lot of gold going into this Jhin early on. Udyr looking to make something happen in the top lane. Here comes Volibear. Gets the stun down. The taunt or the TP comes in from Diana immediately. The taunt comes out. Gets Udyr. This could be big. A big Diana ult. Udyr falling so low. Will he get picked up? The stun comes through. The flash into the bush just for vision. Diana does pick up the first blood. And what a great TP reaction from Diana in the mid lane to back up her top laner. Is now in the bot lane. Taric and Ezreal forced to be on their back heels. Hecarim goes right onto Lissandra a little bit up the river, though. Lissandra blows the ultimate and the ignite. Hold on. Hecarim taking a lot of damage. Ezreal goes in. A masterclass bind from the Bard. That is incredible, stunning both bot laners. I can't believe it. Taric gets a kill onto the Hecarim, but a 2-for-1 trade. What a Bard stun there. That was incredible from Draguchi. And yeah, there's nothing else I can say about that. Wow. Ezreal tried to E in to pick up that Hecarim, but he was met with a Bard Q, and there's not much to do about after that. Jhin just gets to click on you, and yeah, luckily for CCNY, they had the Taric there to get one kill in return onto the Hecarim, but still, 2-for-1 trade is not what you want to see.
Big wave crash for bot side onto the turret, so Ezreal still losing a lot of CS and a lot of gold, therefore, which is going to make it really hard for him to get that item boost he really needs to actually be efficient.
Yeah, he picks up the Caulfield's Warhammer, but that wave crashes. Now this wave for the bot lane will crash back into the bot side. Dark's clearing out some vision. Diana might have something to say about that. You can't clear my vision for free when you're level 4 and I'm level 7. Diana whiffs the Q, so apparently Tark's going to get away with it. But yeah, Jhin is going to back and get the Noon Quiver again with the pickaxe. Those are two big buys as Ezreal still trying to stack up that tier, get the Mana Mune to eventually turn that into the Myrrh Mana at 450 mana now. A little bit less, but not as much combat stats in those items as Bard teleporting into the Ezreal, forcing the E. And Udyr again in the top lane. Shen just immediately goes for the taunt, gets the Q through both of them. Hecarim goes right onto the Udyr. The Volibear ult comes out, the Ezreal ult as well. A nice Hecarim ult, but a good flash from Udyr to dodge it. Look at this absolute damage from the Hecarim, though. Diana comes to the party at the right time, sucks them both back in as, hold on, this dive could be a little sketchy. No, it's not. Shen taunts through that Volibear to secure the double kill. Lissandra shows up as well, flashes onto Diana, auto-attacks the minion, just ults herself for the double, and now Shen in the 1v1. Can he do it? Both mid laners roaming at the exact right time. Shen taking a lot of damage here. Lissandra, does she have enough left in the tank? It looks like Shen's just going to disengage, and all in all, a 2 for 2 after both mid laners roam and help their team get double kills. Volibear TP's back to the top wave as, oh no, Taric gets hit with a root. The damage will follow. Can Jin get the auto? The heal comes out from Ezreal, and no kills yet, but hold on. Jin opens the curtain. His curtain call's a little messed up. Ezreal goes in, but they're just going to turn their attention right on you. Jin now picking up one, looking for a second one. Bard gets picked up by the Udyr. He's in a 2v1. Oh my gosh, the Phoenix Dance damage is absolutely insane, and a double kill for the Udyr with the AP items. I can't believe it. AP Phoenix Dance Udyr doing the most as bot lane is fighting it out still. Hecarim's killing Taric off screen. He gets a nice health buff there. Diana gets the shield. Does she want more? No, unfortunately not, but wow, it is a fiesta here, folks, as we are just getting kills left and right all over the map. And the AP Udyr is really putting on a show for us, folks. I've never seen it before until today. It could be the deciding factor that CCNY needs. Bard ult actually locks up Jin there. The members of the Knights are grouping for this dragon. There is vision. There is one red ward there. This should be a relatively free dragon. Udyr is making his way down here, but actually just going to start the back as he realizes, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. First dragon of the game going over to the Knights. Check out the gold. Ooh, Diana going for a little bit of a fight on Lissandra. Now Lissandra realizes she cannot be there. Has to get away. Ezreal does finally complete the mana immune. Lissandra fighting it out in the mid wave. Forced to use the ultimate. She gets the E, but Diana just presses E in response and gets a kill with the help of Hecarim. Well played from the two of them.
They're definitely moving a lot faster this game than the last one, it seems like. Both teams are. A lot more engaged, a lot more just going at each other.
Yeah, constant skirmishing all over the map. Udyr here has a lot of movement speed. Hecarim goes on to Udyr. It's a 2v3. Nice Hecarim ult. Gets the fear. The Volibear ult puts a lot of damage down Shen. Blocks some auto attacks, and Hecarim picks up the Udyr. So 1v3 now for the Volibear. Shen forced to flash away. Puts his target on the Diana. Can he get it? No. Diana with the nice E to pick that one up. And it's a 2 for 0 for the Knights around the Rift Herald. A close fight all around, but unfortunately unable to get any kills.
Diana's so low.
Yeah, so low. Lissandra coming to this Rift Herald. Maybe wants to put a stop to it. Hecarim is full health, though. Here comes the TP from Diana behind. Lissandra goes in with the E. Will she take it? She does! Oh my gosh, I don't see who took that Rift Herald. Diana's going to pick up that kill, and it looks like, okay, Hecarim did secure the Rift Herald. We can see it over his ward. Didn't pop up on screen for some reason, a bit odd, but yeah, Hecarim, nice secure there. Lissandra tried to steal that one away, give her life for the Rift, but unfortunately unable to do so. As we can see here, Udyr picks up the Night Harvester. It's an item that has ability power and health, and scales really well with whenever you deal damage, you get a bit of a movement speed buff. So I see that's the idea behind this Phoenix Stance Udyr. He gets caught in a bad situation, though. A good Bard ult on the tower. They tried to do it before Udyr was in there to maybe dive him while the tower wasn't shooting. And wow, they could have picked up that kill there, but decided to let Udyr go this one time as Sandra comes in to back him up. It's a little too late. Ezreal in the bot side, River trying to fight over Vision. Jhin is farming the wave, so they do have a little bit of an isolated 3v1 here as Lissandra will make her way down. Nope, decides against it. Thought she was going to go in. All members of this game are just starting to reset, get their bearings about them. The mythic items now are starting to come in for members. You can see Hecarim picking up the Trinity Force, Diana getting the Hextech Rocket Belt now, and Jhin picking up the Gale Force again. That's his most popular item.
What's the
They'll be
rocket
coming
belt?
out onto
Ooh,
Ezreal.
curtain's
Hold
open.
on. Yep, the curtain call coming down. Ezreal just going to stand right outside of that range. Ooh, gets a little bit of Q damage back on him. Cheeky Ezreal Q there. The Rocket Belt is the new Hextech Proto Belt. Has the same exact sort of idea. The active gets you a little bit of a dash as Lissandra and Diana duke it out in the mid lane. Lissandra just going for that Ludens again. And not quite sure what that item is called in the top lane, but it's kind of like a Trinity Force for the Volibear. As a Gale Force active for the Jhin, puts it right into the W. The Bard ult should be enough. It does. Let's
that was a
Hecarim use
lot
the
of
E for
damage.
free on a free Ezreal stuck in place from the nice Bard ult. And now the Rift Herald will be charging down this bottom lane. Another charge here. Chugga chugga as Shelly might be getting another charge in the top lane. However, Shen in a 2v1 against the Deer and Volibear.
Oh dear.
The bot lane
dear.
pressure is just relentless, however, as the Knights are going on. They're going to get the third
turret.
inhibitor. Yeah, the inhibitor turret. And Shelly's getting one more charge in there at 35 health.
He
Wow,
goes
that is
down.
an inhibitor at 15 minutes going over to the Knights. Wow. Incredible macro. The CCNY are trying to do what they can
Here.
in the mid lane and the top lane. They get one turret, maybe two. They will get this turret, but still, 2 turrets for an inhibitor is not the best trade in the world. And now the Knights are trying to counter-engage on the members they know are still stuck here. They find Udyr, but more like Udyr finds Bard, and Bard is instantly popped with that Phoenix passive. Hecarim over the wall, gets a little CC, and Jhin should be able to pick this one up. Oh, ooh, so low. Hold on, the W? Not going to happen today. Hecarim forced the ultimate to secure that one, and now Lissandra is free pickings as well. So a lot of turrets, an inhibitor, and some kills going over to the Knights, and surely the
They're
Dragon
gonna
will
use Dragon
follow.
for it. Yeah, I was gonna say they have to use that momentum to get that Ocean Drake. Yeah, Ocean Drake.
Yeah, a second Dragon of the game should be going over to the Knights here. After all of that, I think the Knights want to back, spend their gold, and make sure they can get more items to maintain this lead. A lot of Merc Treads coming out for the Knights. Very good against the CC and AP damage. Most of these champions on CCNY have.
Yeah, they
We
definitely
do
still
see-
have heavy CC from that mid laner, and the AP damage, as we see from Udyr of all people, is kind of doing some nasty business to the team.
Yeah, Udyr, once he gets on top of you, it's tough to escape a lot of that Phoenix stance damage. We see the Sunfire Mythic completed for the Shen, a very popular item now. Ooh, Diana getting a good engage here. Lissandra forced the ult. The Tark W will come down. The Bard ult comes down as well. Actually only catches Diana. A little bit of a misplay there from the Bard. But a lot of ults blown for nothing. Bard looking for Lissandra, unable to see her just yet. They do spot her out at the tail end of that there, but deciding not to continue the chase.
Probably
Udyr
a
is looking
smart
for
call.
more in the mid lane. Diana getting aggressive as well. The Tarek W missing. Here comes Bard. Missing the stun as well. A lot of dodging going on from both of these teams. Tarek picking up the mythic item where wherever you deal damage to somebody or slow them, or Bard I should say. Tarek picking up the locket. Bard picking up the Imperial Mandate. That is what it's called. Slowing or immobilizing a champion will allow a teammate to deal additional damage when they hit them. So
Doesn't get
nice.
more support than that.
it's a nice partner ability for supports who deal, like to slow or immobilize. Oh my, Hecarim in a big fight here with the Udyr. The Shen will help keep him alive. Dojo
Volibear.
picking up that one. Forced to ult out, but I think he was okay. Shen in a 1v3 stays alive. Here comes the Tark ult. It will not save Tark, but it will get onto Volibear. He picks up Shen in return. Hecarim goes right onto Ez, and Ez is forced to get out of the fight. Now a 2v3. Jin still alive and well. Who is this Hecarim going on? It's going to be nobody as he's picked up by the Volibear. Very nice plays here from the Voli. He is so large. Has
He's
his
a big
mythic
boy.
item completed as well. But yeah, while this is going on,
They're just taking it.
the Super Minions are hammering on this Nexus turret.
Oh. Valiant effort by the Super Minions.
Yeah, unfortunately unable to take one of those Nexus turrets. They were doing their best, but still a lot of damage down for relatively free for the Knights. Divine Sunder, that is what it's called. Has a spell blade active, just like Trinity Force, and it's used for Armor Pen and Magic Pen. All the other legendary items you buy will have those penetration passives added to them. So, nice
So
for
that's what
Volibear.
mythic passives are. I get it. So they basically, that's nutty.
Yeah, mythic passives help give your legendary items additional little passives. So, like Sunfire here grants all other legendary items ability haste, or the new cooldown reduction now. So, Volibear using both AD and AP can utilize both armor and magic pen, and the old Trinity Force new Divine Sunder passive works very well with Volibear, who is constantly using abilities to auto attack, especially on his Q and W. So, oh my gosh, Jin absolutely blasting Ezreal here. Ezreal forced to get out of there. You can see this Jin damage is really starting to scale up now. He has the Storm Razor along with the Gale Force. 3, 1, and 4. Diana also very large. Has the the Hextech Rocket Belt alongside of components for looks like a Nashor's Tooth. Udyr trying to hold the top wave. All the members of the Knights grouping around this Baron. Will they go for it though? Shen maybe looking for a taunt. They have the vision there. They see these members of the red team stacked up. Shen is here to make sure that he can get and engage if he needs to. He's looking for Lissandra. He finds Lissandra. Will they be able to fight it out? It looks like red team doesn't want to fight this at all. They're just walking around here looking for the steal. The Baron falls to about 4k. 3k now. Here comes Lissandra. She goes in. She gets
Pushing him back.
nobody at the CC. She ults herself to keep herself alive. The taunt misses. But Diana goes in on the back line. She gets picked up. The Terracol comes down. Here comes the Shen onto Diana to keep her alive. Udyr over the wall. Goes for the Baron. It could be a 50-50. Who's going to get it? The fear comes out. The Baron is so low. But Udyr gets picked up. And this should be a free Baron now for the Knights as Hecarim smites that one away. Volibear, an absolute massive threat. Going crazy. Jin now forcing it out of here. Gale forces to get to the blast cone. Very nice play from them. But meanwhile, on the back line, Shen and Hecarim kill the rest of the remaining CCNY champions. And now it is Volibear versus the world, as Baron has still gone over to the Knights.
If they're able to get this Baron onto their correction, never mind. Inhibitor has respawned.
Yeah, bot lane inhibitor back up. Hecarim's just going to
Nonetheless,
go to the dragon by himself, knowing that Udyr is still down. The members of the Knights will take their Baron buff, go back to base, buy some more items, keep that gold. Hecarim now getting the Derek's gauge. Very nice for him. Keep himself alive when he falls low. And Shen picking up the Tiamat. New Tiamat. Very strong item, I do believe. So, nice power spike for him. Meanwhile, Ezreal finally does complete his Trinity Force along with the Manamune. That might be already changed to Mermana now, I think it is. So that's a big 2-item spike for Ezreal. And Udyr actually picking up the Lich Bane, a very interesting item, but works well with the AP on hit sort of build he's going for with this Phoenix stance. So
very
a nice
unique
item spike
Udyr.
for him. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it before, but it is a new season and anything could happen, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is really that strong. It seems to be doing a lot here. Maybe not as much as the Hecarim, but definitely not nothing. So the Knights now pushing it down the top wave. They still have the Baron. Their Shen will be in the bottom wave. but he should have Stand United shortly, as well as TP. Lissandra might be able to go in. Nope, decides against it. And Diana will be pushing in the mid lane alone. So a 3-1-1, we like to call it. Hecarim looking to go in on Lissandra, yet goes in. However,
Volibear
Volibear
sneaked in.
sneaks in with Lissandra to chain the CC. Here comes the Shen. A big taunt could follow through. Volibear goes in the back line, but it's actually Diana TP as she goes in and just instantly kills somebody. Bard saves time for the Jhin as Hecarim and Diana and Shen now all in the fight, ripping it up in the back line. Taunt from Shen will make sure that Volibear falls, and it's a triple kill for the Diana. But Udyr taking matters into his own hands. They must have forgot opening up D gates. He's looking to take down an inhibitor. He gets a turret. Shen will back for him. Can he X-Peke? No. Maybe he can as the taunt lands, but Udyr does not care. He's taking out that inhibitor turret for free. So the rest of Udyr's team will die. That is an inhibitor turret for his efforts. Oh my, Shen forced a flash. He will not let this Udyr get away, but Udyr is so fast. He will
He's a
most
speedy
certainly
one.
get out of there. They take the inhibitor in the top lane, and maybe Hecarim will be able to come and run this Udyr over. It looks like so. Oh,
he
no,
gets
the
by.
CC from Lissandra and the shield from Tarek will get that man out of there, and Drick2G would be proud. Udyr gets out of there after taking the inhibitor for free. That has got to feel bad for the Knights. I mean, you do take the inhibitor as well as a bunch of kills in the top lane, so I think it is definitely still worth for the Knights, but still, to let that happen does feel bad. Now, after all of that, the Dragon and Baron still 2 minutes to spawn, so we might see a little bit of pressure from the Knights on this bot lane inhibitor, as there is no turret protecting it anymore. Remember, it was taken at about 16 minutes this game, so there is super minions pushing into their mid lane, so they might have to have a couple champions to clear these waves, but having somebody push that bot lane inhibitor could be nice because the top lane is pushing in with super minions the whole time. They're trying to set up for this dragon or vision around the dragon or this bot side, and they see Udyr taking his blue buff. Diana looks to sneak that one away. She will get it. Jhin gets the root, but no follow-up really besides the Diana Q that misses. So now all the members should be coming down to push in this bot lane as there's no turret, again, protecting this bot lane inhibitor. Sort of walking around aimlessly here from the Knights. They don't know what they want to do. Jhin and Diana eventually come into the bot lane and are standing here. Ping's coming out. They put Shen in the mid lane to keep the pressure on. Volibear and Udyr here looking to make sure that Shen cannot push anything. Lissandra looking to come over the wall. She does go over, but merely to her own death as Jhin and Diana are so strong. Diana goes in. She gets the kill on Lissandra. Now Ezreal taking a lot of damage. Hecarim with the Shen ult goes right in. Ezreal, can he live? No, the Bard ult on the turret will keep them, the dive, alive. Can they pick up the Udyr as well? No. But they do get a lot of damage down on them. Bard falling so low. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she is living. Volibear will die before the Tarek ult comes down, and now it is just one little Tarek versus the world. He will stay alive, but that will be the end of Game 2 and the series going over to Arcadia. Very well played from them. What a game. Wow. You can see on the score lines, a lot of members of the Knights just having incredible score lines. 10-2 and 5, 11-3 and 14, 3-1 and 17 from the Shen, 4-1 and 13 from the Jhin, and unfortunately the most deaths, 0, 4 and 16 for the Bard, but 4 deaths, still not that many, so very well played from the Knights there, and that will end this series 2-0 for Arcadia. Very good games to CCNY. I think they played a lot of good, interesting champions, and they did a great job trying to get a handle on this preseason. It's really hectic and crazy for everybody, including myself. So, but it was a great couple of games to watch and a great couple of games to cast. Thank you so much, Alex, as well, for helping me out on the casting desk. And coming along on this journey with me.
It's
Appreciate
quite
it.
the ride.
Yeah, but I hope you had a great time. So thank you everybody in chat for sticking around, watching. I hope you enjoyed. We have so much content coming out of Esports Arcadia. We have Rocket League, Overwatch, League of Legends, and Hearthstone. If you're interested in any of that, please drop a follow. If you're a big fan, please hit the sub. We love all of our subs. You get great emotes. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I'll hope to see you guys next time we have a stream. Thanks so much.